Is clubbing dead everywhere? Like, is it just LA? Because no one goes clubbing anymore. Like, no one even wants to go out. None of my friends have been to the club. I haven't been to a club in months. What happened to clubbing?
There is literally no point in clubbing realistically. Nobody wants to hang out with a bunch of 30-year-old drunk women who are just looking to dress inappropriately and scam men for food and drinks. It's depressing and it's pointless. Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Men Only titled "Clubs Are Going Bankrupt, Women Are Stunned as Men Refuse to Attend." Now, today's video was suggested to me by Lock the Bounty Hunter. I'm going to leave both of their channels linked in the pinned comments, so make sure you go and subscribe to these guys. Don't forget to leave your own comments, and let's jump right into the video.
Into the video where I explain my opinion on why the club scene has died. The first reason is that there's no difference in charge for women to get in versus men. Before you come at me crying that that's a double standard and it's not fair, you're right. Thank you. It is a double standard. It isn't fair. I didn't make the rules, God did, and where the girls are, the men will follow.
That used to be true. The problem is that these women who go to these clubs are too old to be partying there, and men aren't going to pay to hang out with these women who are clearly having a massive midlife crisis.
When women started having to pay the same amount to enter a club as men, it turned from a female-centered event to a male-centered event, and that's why it died. And they don't even have ladies' nights anymore, anywhere. It's literally embarrassing. Second reason it's died is this whole idea of like section culture, like renting out designated areas for certain people of a certain status or not even of a status just by paying more.
The reason why ladies' nights aren't a thing is because men aren't paying to get into clubs anymore. Ladies' nights used to attract men, but those men are not interested anymore, and the VIP section is reserved for the men with money. It's not oppression, it's business, plain and simple.
Go to a public place to party and you rent out an exclusive little section for your clique to be private. It's like, what are you doing? Go somewhere else. And with the section culture came the men being the ones who were the center of attention, dancing in the VIP areas for everyone to see, and no one wants to see that, men or women.
She is clearly bitter that the men who pay for the VIP sections aren't inviting her over for free drinks and attention. Those types of dudes can get any woman they want, and they don't want her. That's why she's mad.
Third reason the club scene has died, in my opinion, is everyone's on their phone too much. And I don't know, maybe they just need to like have a policy where you have to put your phone away, but also like that presents other issues because wherever you go there's going to be creeps and you have to be able to have your phone on you. But I just think that the filming is like out of hand and people just being like on their phone. And are we surprised? Phones have ruined everything.
She's partially right. People are more concerned about creating Instagram moments as opposed to living their lives. But you have to appreciate the irony of a woman complaining that phones ruined everything while she's complaining into her phone.
Next reason is I think DJs in general, not every DJ, but a lot of them are more interested in like what they want to hear than what the party wants to hear. Like, have you ever experienced this? Like being in a car full of people and the person on aux is playing songs that like no one knows, or like vibing to like something they want to hear and no one knows the words to, and it's just like, what are you doing? That's the vibe I get from a lot of these DJs.
This complaint is pretty interesting. She just wants to listen to her music because it makes her feel young. She doesn't like living in a world where music culture has passed her by. It reminds her that she's getting older.
Last reason, in my opinion, is today's hits just don't hit for dancing or partying for that matter, and there's a reason why the most fun songs to dance to are from like 20 years ago, is that none of the songs are catered towards having fun at the club. Anyway, I don't go to the club anymore, but when I did, it was dying a slow, painful death. So I hope you enjoyed my takes on this matter, and I hope for the sake of future generations that they can experience the club in the same way that millennials got to. Hashtag jealous.
Her complaints are pretty much the living embodiment of the old man shaking his fist at the cloud meme. She hates the fact that her time has passed and the new generation doesn't like what she liked.
I can only do this once because I have to study for a final that I'm set to fail. And I can't dash any expectations. Anyway, I want to know, I saw this video on here that was like, you want to know what happened to clubbing? Girls stopped being the ones dancing on the table. And that's so true. The reason why the club fucking sucks nowadays, except for a choice few, is because somehow, some way, the frat guys infiltrated it.
Going to college requires a ton of money, or at least a ton of debt, and she's placing her finals exams, an essential part of going to college, mind you, on the back burner to complain about how frat guys go to clubs. It's clear where her priorities lie.
Their playlists snuck their way. Why am I not in the middle of a strobe lit club dance floor room having my "Where have you been all my" moment? No, instead I'm like, what rhythm is this? I don't know. I can't find it. That might be my problem. I don't think it is. Maybe it is. It could very well be my problem. But what happened to Lady Gaga, Britney Spears, Nicki Minaj, Rihanna?
Lady Gaga, Britney Spears, Nicki Minaj, and Rihanna got old. They aren't marketable to a younger crowd, and clubs aren't going to cater to an older audience when the young people want to dance to the music that they like.
Why aren't you playing those songs? The other day, they played Sweet Fucking Caroline with a uns backtrack. What? Go back to catering to girls, please.
If she thinks that her ideas are so great, she should drop out of school and open up a club to cater to everything that she likes. I'm sure that business model will work out better for her than her study habits.
Everybody says clubbing is dying. And it's true that many clubs have closed. However, something is happening. New nights, new sounds, and a fresh new scene. Come with me. Are you coming along for the ride?
It almost looks like he's entering the gates of hell. The music is loud, but the people are just standing around and doing nothing. Nobody's having fun. Why would people spend money to stand around a bunch of bored people? That's not a ride worth taking.
I just got out the gym and I was sitting in my car thinking about how I really just used to club 2 to 3 days a week. And now at my age, I refuse to be the old lady at the club, because I remember when I was the young buck at the club and me and my friends, we used to see those old ladies there and we'd be like, why is her old ass at the club? She need to be at home.
It's not healthy to be clubbing 3 times a week, but it's made worse when you have women in their 30s and 40s trying to prove that they can still party with the young people. It's embarrassing.
And so at this day and age, first of all, I'm too tired to go clubbing. And second of all, I don't want to be known as the old lady at the club, and I'd be damned if these young heifers gonna call me, look at that old lady at the club, she thinks she da-da-da-da, whatever. So I don't know why that crossed my mind. That's just a random thought I had on my way back from the gym. I do still like to dance though, but these days I only dance in my living room, or just around the house when I'm feeling it, because again, I refuse to be the old lady at the club, or bar fly as they call it.
You have to give this woman some credit for knowing that after a certain age, going to clubs is inappropriate. Hell, I don't want to date club women anyway, regardless of age, but she at least has enough common sense to know that as you get older, your priorities in life change.
The reason bottle service is dying in the nightclub business. 1, you're selling a $60 bottle for $900. Then you're charging automatic gratuity when the bottle girl probably comes out looking like she doesn't want to be there, like, Then on top of that, you hit them with a, hey, there's a hotel fee. Hey, there's a casino fee. Hey, there's this fee, admin fee. It's like, how many fees are you going to add on to this?
By bringing up resort fees, he's most likely talking about places like Las Vegas, which is also dying because it's too expensive and people have better things to do with their money than have to pay an absurd amount of fees just to stay at a hotel and party at a depressing club.
That's one big concern. Then you got another situation where these managers, doormen, like, they're, two guys roll up, you're trying to say, oh, you got to do bottle service. Why not just give them $100 bar tab instead of they got to spend $900 for two people to get in? If they look like scrubs, I understand, it's a whole different story. But if they don't, that's, come on, that's just nonsense. That's greed. If you got a $60 bottle, you know, $300-400 is good. I know you're paying for the convenience, the VIP service, but it shouldn't be $700, $800, $900 a bottle.
What are the VIPs even paying for? They're getting attention from women who want nothing to do with them. They're paying for alcohol that isn't worth the price tag and a club scene that's so dead that the guy can save some money by doing the same thing at home.
Unless you're in Vegas where you have tourists, Miami, you have a lot of tourists. That's a different story. That place, those places, it actually succeeds. But like other spots, come on. You guys are just getting too greedy. Club owners, managers don't make the price. But anyway, club owners, stop being so greedy.
The greed comes from the fact that they need to make up for the fact that they're not making enough money to keep the doors open. They expect men to pay more and more to party at a club where there's no real marketable reason to do so.
You want to make clubbing fun again, it needs to revolve around women. Women need to be prioritized, and misogyny makes it so that's impossible.
What this lady's saying is 100% correct. I've been saying this for several years now. As a DJ, you need to cater toward the women. I'm going to bring this back to the dance scene. Most dance events, regardless of the genre, are mostly women. Okay? Women make the party.
The only women willing to go to clubs anymore are too old. Gen Z doesn't really bother because they can't even afford the clubs even if they wanted to go, and older women kill the atmosphere because men aren't interested in dancing with drunk women in their late 30s.
That's something male DJs don't understand. I've heard some DJs say, oh, I just play songs to make everyone want to stay on the dance floor. The people on the dance floor are not your target audience. They should not be your target audience. In fact, it's more important, in my opinion, to target the people sitting down. Who are the people sitting down mostly at dance events? Women, okay? You have to play music to keep the followers engaged, okay? You have to make it entertaining for them.
There's no point in making it entertaining for the women because modern women don't want to be happy. They're too busy just being bored and miserable to actually care about the world around them. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.